Alright everyone, we finally did it. After 74 parts, that's right guys, 74 parts. We finished episode 2 at long last, officially. 74 parts and we only just finished episode 2. We have 8 episodes in total, everyone. Like, holy cow. I will say this guys, episode 2 ended on in my opinion, a great note in terms of story, surprise, and ambiance. I was not expecting any of this to occur. I do know, I was expecting death, of course. I just wasn't expecting the execution of how it all panned out. And, oh, well, it makes me concerned for when we unlock episode 3 and what's to come from there, right? So, if anything else, guys, I'll let you all see for yourselves how this all comes to its conclusion. And if anything else, thank you all for the love and support, and let's get right back into it. Alright everyone, welcome back. I believe we are on the epilogue of episode 2, if anything. We're pretty much done. Amidst the golden storm and the brilliant gold-colored light, the cross-section joining this world and a different world was cut open. Amidst the goats' delighted voices, the mansion of the human world and the mansion of those not human overlapped. And in the form of golden butterflies, all those folk who praised the resurrection of the Golden Witch poured out of the depths of hell. It was a golden tornado, a rondo of golden demons. Come, tonight we will put aside rank. Throw open the wine cellar, drop the snake's head into the liquor pot, throw cows and chickens into the furnace alive, drink and eat and sing and dance, sneer and kill and desecrate and degrade.
今こそ私を黄金鏡へ黄金鏡へおお
The goat nobles were suddenly crushing in around Kinzo, almost like they were kids demanding the autograph of some famous movie star. There were two differences. First, they were witches, not kids. And second, what the witches demanded were not autographs. Kinzo began to drown the sea of goat nobles. Only Kinzo's laughing voice echoed throughout the area. Oh, they ate him. At least it looks like they ate him. It was a grand mixture of laughter and his death throes. And Kinzo became wine and meat and bread. Oh yeah, they did eat him. An aroma if slurped, a rich taste if gnawed, and pleasant to tear to bits. The voice of his death throes lingered on sweetly. And adorned with melted chocolate and silver jagies, it would make a wonderful dessert. Sorry. If you took the bones home, you could also use them for a soup. And the remains could even become toys for the children to play with. And they could also become good tools for fortune telling that always gave misfortune. That entire scene was watched by the piece of furniture. It was all fantastical. It was all demonic. Was the quaking of its heart, which should have been paralyzed, proof that it could still feel fear? Just then its knees buckled, and the furniture's body tumbled onto the center of the carpet, because the witch had kicked those knees from behind.
ひざまずき敬意を示せ。額を絨毯にこすりつけて、おのがみの癒しさを示せ。両手を後ろで組み、血肉のすべてをわらわに捧げることを誓え。
The piece of furniture let out a painful voice. Fear is the most primal emotion humans have. Was that emotion reviving his sense of self, which should already have been killed?
まだまだわらわの家具にはふさわしくないか。よい、じっくりそなたを。わらわ好みの、そしてわらわにのみふさわしい家具に仕上げてやる。今のそなたにできるのは、せいぜい客人の方々を楽しませることくらいか。
The goat nobles were surrounding the cowering furniture. It seemed that their blazing blood-red eyes couldn't hide their ecstasy at this new young food that they had been given. and from their mouths from which protruded countless ugly teeth, saliva, or maybe the traces of meat and wine that they had just eaten dribbled down. As the piece of furniture let out a wild scream, it retreated, still sitting on its backside. But the circle of goat nobles was closing in. And the piece of furniture looked at the witch's face. It stared at her face for one final time, believing that because it had submitted to the witch, she would show it some mercy. But there was nothing but scorn on the witch's face, and she wasn't even facing it anymore. The witch went off to greet an honored guest with whom she had crossed gazes. The goat nobles looked down upon the furniture. They were in fact waiting. Just like how one must remove the cork in order to drink champagne. Before bringing the offering served at the banquet to their mouths, they were waiting for just one of those. Of course, the furniture didn't know what that was, but it would come out of his mouth all by itself. In the same way there is always a pop when the cork is removed, it too would certainly leave his mouth. A scream. It was a sign that the modest banquet at which he was to be served had begun. So, Kinzo and Battler weren't missing, they were killed during the banquet. I don't know why they said they were missing. They died. By now, the rose garden was a garden of roses and gold. A gold-colored garden where gold butterflies, gold fairies, gold lizards rampaged and flew about wildly.
Maria! Hayaku!
I completely forgot about these two.
Hashite! Hayaku! 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 Hayaku!
Holding onto the gun and the blanket wrapping the ingot, Rosa ran at a speed Maria couldn't catch up with, sometimes pausing to call out at Maria to run faster. Therefore, she saw it every time. She saw the golden pursuers chasing them from the mansion. The massive gold butterflies was chasing after them like a massive crawling hand. And horrifyingly strange-looking shadowy figures with the goat heads were chasing after them. There was no need for her to strain her eyes, because those blazing pupils told her what would happen if she was captured. Maria tripped over. Rosa, ashamed that for just an instant she had entertained thoughts of abandoning her daughter and running away, kicked back against the group and instantly reversed direction. As Rosa's own child tried to stand, the goat head that had sprinted over to get the first bite grabbed a fistful of her hair and pulled her up from the back. Rosa rammed into the goat head with her shoulder, bashed the back of her elbow into the goat's jaw, and buried her knee into the protruding chest. And she thrust the barrel of the gun inside the goat's head's mouth as it doubled over from the pain in its gut. Oh, Rose can fight.
私の目の前でマリアに指一本触れてみろ。
Ah, sorry, I meant Rosa. Rose.
元来た地獄が生ぬるかったことを教えてやるよ。
The blast from the 45 caliber long Colt bullet exploded inside the goat's head's throat, and its medulla oblongata was instantly pulverized. The goat head couldn't understand. It had thought that women were like already open wine bottles. It had thought that they were wine bottles and that turning them upside down, on a moment, would immediately cause their deep red contents to come out. Released, Maria flung her arms around Rosa. But the pursuers were still coming. They could see the giant goat heads who had given up pretending to be human running towards them from across the rose bushes. Rosa spilled several extra bullets which had been in the pocket of her coat all over the place until Maria picked them up.
Maria, ママがもし倒れたら、あなたは走りなさい。海岸へ行くの。そして、泳いで泳いで泳ぎなさい。この島のどこにも生き延びることのできる場所はない。やだ。ママと一緒。
Rosa's gun roared 4 times. But even though she really did land 4 shots in the chest of the massive approaching goat, it didn't even flinch. The goat ran with a violent vigor, as though it planned to crush Rosa and Maria with its massive body.
弾を入れて早く
Rosa grasped the blanket with the ingot in both hands, and she herself sprinted at the goat, dragging the ingot along behind her. Without even an ounce of fear of that strange-looking giant. If it's to protect my daughter, I'll overcome even hell.
見せてやるよ。黄金の夢ってやつを
Rosa's roar. The goat heads roar. The terribly heavy ingot, after picking up a terrible centrifugal force and speed, slammed into the goat's head's cranium. Rosa pulled a fountain pen from her pocket, but she held it crooked. She placed it in her palm, in the gap between her middle finger and her ring finger, so that it stuck out when she made a fist, almost like it was a stinger growing out. She jabbed the stinger into the left eye of the goat head as its head toppled forward. Was the goat head's roar a scream? But Rosa's roar was different. She pulled back her fist and slammed it into the fountain pen that was still sticking into the goat head's eye. The pointed tip was gouged destructively into the depths of its head. Man, Rosa doesn't play.
上出来
As I grabbed the gun Maria had thrown, I finally heard the thunderous crash of the giant tumbling to earth. However, at the same time, I saw the goat head pursuers from the other side of the rose bushes increased in number. I've gained some distance, more than enough now. Holding onto the gun in the blanket wrapped around the ingot, I once again ran with Maria. Why am I running with a gun in my right hand and a goat in my left? Why don't I free one hand and grasp Maria's hand? I can't let go of the gun that protects my body. I can't let go of the goat that protects my future. And yet I would let go of the hand of my daughter, who is my very future? Run. Run, run. She got out of the rose garden and began to run down the staircase to the grove of trees. But Rosa knew. This path through the grove was only turning and twisting many times to make it seem long. She tore straight through it. She had always played here since she was a kid, so she knew. To the beach, to the beach. To the sea, to the sea, to the sea. And after reaching the sea, nothing to do but swim, swim. If Maria can't swim, I'll carry her as I swim. You're carrying a gun and a golden ingot. I don't know if you can pull all that off. There's nothing but death on this island. As she raced down the stairs, she took a bad step. A violent pain ran up her left ankle and her mind went completely blank. Rosa fell down several stairs and stared in shock at her ankle, which was bent at an odd angle. Of course. And the blanket with the ingot wasn't there. She had let go of it the instant she fell and it had disappeared somewhere into the darkness. Only the gun was left. The tremors in the earth were getting closer. It was only a matter of time before the goat heads flooded in. She didn't want to imagine how many there would be, or how strange they would look. The lightly dancing goat pursuers arrived. The gold butterflies surrounded Rosa and Maria, sparkling and clamoring as though saying the prize is here. The prize is here. Rosa couldn't even try to get up. The violent pain from her broken ankle was so great that she couldn't ignore it, even in her last moments. What am I doing? I had the gold. It would have been worth several million yen. I might have been able to start over with that. And yet I fell, lost it, and that's not all. My own life is in danger. Even Maria's life is in danger. What has my life been? I was born in an incomprehensible house, with an irritating older brother and sister since the day I was born. What did I do? No matter what I did or didn't do, I was always in trouble and bullied and made fun of. What has my life been? The roar inside Rosa's heart shriveled away and disappeared. It disappeared when she listened to Maria's crying voice as her daughter sobbed and clung onto her.
マリア、ママはちょっと用事を思い出したの。先に行っててちょうだい。やだ、やだ、やだ、やだ、やだ。ママと一緒がいい。ママが死んじゃ嫌だ。マリアはこんな悪いママでもママと一緒がいいと言ってくれるの。ママと一緒がいい。ママと一緒がいい。あなたのことを一番にしているように見せて、いつもあなたのことを後回しにしてきた。運動会に行った、授業参観に行った。でもいつもママは世間体のことばかりで、あなたが瞳にいなかった。こんなママとでもあなたは一緒にいたいというの。こんな悪いママなのに。ねえママ、知ってる？世界にママは一人しかいないんだよ。いいママも悪いママもいない。ただママが一人いるだけなの。だからマリアは世界でたった一人ママがいてくれればいい。そしてママにとってたった一人のマリアになりたいの。機嫌が良くて甘やかしたいマリアと、邪魔だからいてほしくないマリアは別人じゃないの。マリアもたった一人のマリアなの。だから怖いママも優しいママも一緒。マリアにはたった一人のママなの。私はなんてバカだったの。黄金なんかいらなかった。ただあなただけの手を引いていればよかった。私はなんてバカなママだったの。
The shadows of the goats covered the sky even more than the trees of the forest. Their roars blotted out the world with fear. Rose is still hugging Maria, readied her gun with one hand.
マリア、一緒に行こう。ずっと一緒よ。ママが迷わないようにずっと一緒に。すぐに会えるよ。ずっと一緒だよ。黄金鏡で会えるよ。そしたら一緒に遊ぶの。狼と羊のパズルで遊ぶの。ママはまだ1問しか解いてないけど、マリアは全部解いちゃったんだよ。だからマリアが出題してあげる。
She had bought that as a birthday present and then hadn't played it with Maria after that night.
遊ぼうね。一緒に。約束する。ママー。
Those eyes, sparkling red, like red hot lava, looked just like a group of fireflies. They danced, closed in, and attacked.
マリアが込めてくれた銃弾を食らいたいやつから前へ出ろや。うわ
Oh, that was interesting. I like that. We got a trophy. New elements added. The Golden Witch prepared a gift in commemoration of your recent sojourn. The new elements may be accessed through the tile screen. Well, we finally got past episode 2 at long last. And another tea party. Okay, so we have to go to the tea party before we can continue on with episode 3, I believe. Alright, that was... Oh my gosh, I don't know how to take that. That was just all... The fact that Battler became furniture for Beatrice. The fact that... We knew no one was going to survive. The fact that Rosa was even trying, and the fact that she was actually pulling her own was pretty impressive until she broke her ankle and then got herself killed with everyone else. And most importantly, it was surprising that Maria was acting the way she was. I thought she'd be all for the whole Golden Land, which she still was, but it seemed like she was more preoccupied with saving her mom, which you would think she wouldn't run with her because she knows what's to come. She trusts the witch. But here we are, and we're about to start episode 2 of the tea party. Purgatorio. Rosa woke up from her doze. It must have been a very deep sleep. Her mind was fuzzy and she wasn't thinking clearly. Where was she? It felt like some mansion, but at least it didn't seem to be the Ushiromiya family mansion. She was in a room that looked like a parlor, and there was some tea that had been prepared. It had almost certainly been prepared for her. Sparkles like gold leaf were dancing around the room, and it looked very dreamlike. She eventually realized that they were gold butterflies, which made that stand out even more. There was someone across from her. Female. A lady. The witch of the portrait. She looked like she was having a one-sided conversation. She was probably talking to Rosa. But Rosa's mind was clouded by a deep fog, and she didn't have a clue what was being said.
何でもよい。そなたが望むものがあるならば、そのすべてを与えよう。その強運への褒美と思うもよかろうし、わらわの求めに対する正当な対価と考えてもよい。そなたにとっては、全く大したことではないかもしれない。しかしわらわにとっては、
What is she talking about? I don't know. I don't know.
ただ、せっかくわらわは魔女なのだから、魔女にしか叶えられない願いを求めるのが利口ではないかと思うぞ。せっかくの機会ではないか。この黄金のベアトリーチェから恩恵を得られるなど。
Finally, Rosa started to feel the blood flowing through her body. Her movements were still sluggish, and she couldn't even voice the words she was thinking.
わらわの通り名は黄金の魔女。 金蔵に与えたように、山なす黄金を与えることは造作もない。何しろ、人の世の快楽はすべて金で換算できる。すなわち、黄金こそが人の世の快楽そのものなのだ。そなたは想像ができるか？生涯をかけても使い切れぬ黄金の山が。
The witch blew on her pipe, and 7 colors of smoke covered the area. Oh, look at all them nuggets. When she did, the inside of the parlor had suddenly become filled with stacks of gold ingots. It looked like a shining gold-colored wall. If each ingot was worth tens of millions of yen, how much would all of this be worth? It seems sinful to even think of that number.
しかし、人の世は難しい。どれほど空高く積み上げた黄金であろうとも、満たされぬものがあることを知っている。埋められぬ隙間があることを知っている。わらわはそれをないがしろにしないし、それこそが魔女であるわらわにしか与えられぬ褒美であると考えている。そなたのそれを。なるほど、これはいい。わらわにしか与えられぬものだ。そなたもさぞや喜ぼう。口にせずともよい。そなたの心の隙間など顔に書いてあるからすぐにわかるぞ。
Rosa felt a touch of discomfort at this witch, who kept on talking even though she herself hadn't uttered a single word. But since she still couldn't speak well and found it difficult even to move a finger, she could do nothing about it, and was unable to do anything but listen.
そなたの深き心の傷はどこまで遡れば癒せるのか。これは深い深い。時に破片を飲み込んだまま傷口が閉じてしまうこともある。そういう傷は見た目には癒えていても永遠にうずきを感じ続けるものだ。完全に治すために今一度傷口を開くこともあろう。
As the witch spoke, she was staring deep into Rosa's eyes. What in the world was she peering at? Rosa felt uncomfortable, but she couldn't look away.
そなたの痛みは、すでに生まれながらにして運命づけられたものか。これはなんとも辛いものよ。言わずともよい。わかる。わかる。
Gradually, Rosa in turn was drawn into the witch's eyes. Gradually, the world grew dark, spinning round and round as she was sucked in.
Rosa, Rosa, どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか?
Oh, that's Kraus Nissan's voice. Kraus Nissan is very grown up, so he's very smart. So he hated the stupid kid Rosa. And he was a very, very scary person, and I was often hit, and my toys were taken from me and broken. He would say it was a punishment because I did something bad, but I didn't really understand what that was or why I was being punished. I was always punished suddenly, and then after the fact, I was told in a contrived manner that it was punishment for something or other. But it was always something I didn't remember doing. So I really hated Kraus Nissan.
Rosa, Rosa, どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Oh, that's Eva Nissan's voice. Eva Nissan is a very grown up, so she's very smart. So she hated the stupid kid Rosa. And she was a very sly person, and I was often lied to, tricked, and bullied a lot. I got a new trophy. She would say it was because I was stupid, and that it was only natural for stupid people to be swindled by those smarter than them. So I wanted to become a wise person like Eva Nissan, and listened to what she said, but when I obeyed her for some reason, someone always got really mad at me. So I really hated Eva Nesan.
Rose. Rose.
Alright guys, I'm going to end the video here for today. Thank you all for watching. We finally reached the end of episode 2, and now we are in the Nether Realms once more. Not at the tea party yet. I believe the tea party will happen soon enough. But it seems like Rosa is now a focal point in this realm and is reliving her past experiences or past trauma. We're going to continue on in the next one. This has gotten really interesting. I don't know what's in store for us for episode 3, but we'll find out after this point. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you again for watching.